Good afternoon. My name is Joy Nakasaka, and I'd like to take this time to introduce myself to my new classmates and my instructor, as well as to talk about my previous speaking experiences and why I'm attending this course. I'm a 10-year Air Force veteran currently stationed here in Japan. I've been in Japan for about 8 years now, half of it being in Okinawa and the rest of it being here in Misawa. I'm married and have a very rambunctious 22-month-old daughter who takes up all my time, and frankly I don't even know how I found time to record this speech. When I look at active duty military members, I notice that we're thrown into a lot of speaking experiences that the average civilian probably wouldn't be thrown into. Whether you're a jet mechanic and you have to brief the general on why planes can't take off, or if you're like me and you're an admin troop and have to brief where this correspondence is and why it's being held up. As I look back at my 10 years in the military, I realize as an airman basic, very young in the military, I've had to stand in front of groups and speak. Whether it was in staff meeting and speaking to all the senior leadership about why stuff was late and being incredibly nervous that I was going to vomit if they had asked me a question I didn't know the answer to, or standing up in front of a commander's call in front of the whole squadron and giving a safety briefing. As time went on, I realized I became more comfortable with it, and it wasn't so bad to brief about my day-to-day job and what I do, and telling them with confidence this is where it's at, and knowing that if they were to ask me a question, I would be able to answer it and not have any problems. Also, when you're an E4 in the military, you usually have to attend a PME course, like Professional Military Education, the ALS, for example, in the Air Force. Usually you go to ALS, you get that line number for staff, and you're like, yes! 6 weeks out of work, I don't have to worry about work, and I can just kind of relax and just do homework. I can go into college. But then on the other side, you're like, wow, I have to give a lot of speeches, and hopefully I don't die of fright when I'm standing up there in front of people I don't know. When I gave my first ALS speech, it was on my career field, and I basically had to sell my career field to the class and tell why it was important to the Air Force mission. And I was so nervous, but then I kept thinking, the first person's probably even more nervous, and I'm the fourth person, and the last person's probably even more nervous than everybody else because they're all relaxed now. First 10 seconds, I was pretty nervous. After that, I relaxed and gave my speech, and when I got my critique from the instructor, he'd ask me, were you nervous? Of course I was nervous. He said that my voice wasn't shaking, that it was really good pitch and volume and everything like this. He said the only thing that gave me away was the fact that I turned bright red like an apple. He said, he's like, I know it's hot in here, but are you okay? Are you going to pass out? And he was basically just cracking jokes on me and found it very amusing. In life, people do things to fulfill a requirement, whether it's a self-fulfillment requirement or whether it's like a work requirement. College is no different. We attend classes in college to fulfill requirements for the degrees that we're pursuing. Me attending this speech class is no different. I'm in this class to fulfill my speech requirements and complete my CCAF degree. But also, I'm in this class for personal requirements as well. I'd like to be able to stand at a podium with absolute confidence and be able to deliver a speech that people really remember. And I'm hoping that this class can give me the tools to do that. I'm looking forward to working with all my new classmates and my instructor, as well as to seeing y'all's speeches and hearing from you guys on my own speeches, and to improve my speeches. Thank you.